Hello there. I can hear you. Hmm. Yeah. I cannot get it working. pop out the chat. Ah, perfect. Now it's just a matter of getting OBS to recognize the Warcraft window for some reason.
Oh, I see that. Lordok, you can hear us both. Thank you for joining. And he's from the UK. Awesome. That is fantastic. All right, how about we crack on then, Gav? Seeing as we've got
Yes.
one loyal listener already joining us. So, hello and welcome to Gav and Hal Try Their Best at Video Games, a show where two friends try their hardest to play games to win the love and admiration of all you watching. In this series, we're trying our hardest at World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore, the 20th anniversary edition of the massively multiplayer game where death is permanent. I'm Hal, a writer and tabletop game designer, and a filthy casual when it comes to these games, and I'm joined by my dear friend, game journalist, and avid player of video games, Gavin. Hello, Gav.
Hello there. It's lovely to see you all tonight, or hear you all read your chats. How are we going this week?
So, yeah,
Hello
we're
to
going
you
quite
as
well
well,
this week.
Hal. Hello to you as well.
Cheers. I was waiting there for the little throwback, but yeah, I'm good. What's been going on with you?
Oh, trying to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to World of Warcraft Classic. It's always a big challenge, as you can imagine. There's a lot of
There's been some news
sweaty
coming
types.
through. I understand.
Yes, yes, big news this week in World of Warcraft. So three main stories uh, hit the hit the headlines this week. You might have seen earlier in the week. Pirate Software. If you're not familiar, Pirate Software I should say was, um, a popular streamer from the OnlyFans Guild. Now he was running a dungeon with his fellow guild members. Dire Maul it was, and things got a bit hairy, and Pirate Software decided to bail. And of course, his fellow companions. What happened to them? Well, they uh, they all died, and he got away. And he's copped a lot of flack over the past week for being a coward, running away, and he's since quit World of Warcraft streaming altogether.
Oh no.
Yeah. So.
So is it completely ditched it?
Yep. Yep. And you know what? I think it's a real shame. I don't know about you, but I think it's a real shame. I mean, you know, were you there? All those people out there saying, "Oh, Pirate Software should have stayed in there." Were you there? Have you ever run a dungeon at level 60 on a hardcore server? This is not a joke. This is real. You weren't there, so you don't know.
No,
And that's my thoughts on that.
like we've just got a sense of what it's like in this world. You know, we lost the character at what level 7, and that was devastating.
Exactly. You know, they
Can't
didn't
imagine.
they didn't. No one criticised, you know, the French at the Battle of the Somme, quivering in the trenches, running from the guns of the Huns. Of course not. They were brave
No,
just for being there.
yeah, you weren't there, man. You wouldn't know.
Exactly. Anyway, in other news, we had a little bit of a classic bug from Blizzard. as you do. Blizzard accidentally, so they launched the Battlegrounds over the weekend, and Blizzard accidentally had players from the World of Warcraft Classic servers joining the Battlegrounds for the Season of Discovery sort of experimental servers. So we had some very experienced Season of Discovery players with all their special abilities going up against Classic players who had just gotten into their first Battleground. And as you can imagine,
Yep.
it was a slaughter. Character building though, so you know, perhaps Blizzard intended it, possibly, very possibly. So before we throw too much shade at them, we just think about what did we gain out of it. I think we gained quite a lot. And then of course coming out of that we had the issue with all the items from Season of Discovery being available in the stores and the PvP battlegrounds. And a bunch of players went and bought these things called Chrono Boon Displacers, which only cost 20 silver on Season of Discovery, and they brought them back into the World of Warcraft Classic servers, where they cost 10 gold, and they made an absolute killing selling these displacers. And Blizzard have since decided that they have dropped the price of the displacers on the classic realms down to an equivalent price to the Season of Discovery realms, and so everybody wins. And if it shows you, if there's an exploit, get on it nice and early.
Yeah, make that money before anyone can rectify what's happening.
Exactly. It's the Aussie battle away, I think.
Sweet.
Hmm.
All right. Now, so in some big news too, Gav, we're not live streaming from the Queen Bean Bowls Club anymore.
Yes. Well, unfortunate little bit of a thing there, but that's what it is. What it is.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll get into it in a little bit, but we're now live streaming from the Fyshwick Football Club and Bar. And again, we're not seeking money for the stream, just popularity. If you have some cash to spare, please consider donating to UNRWA, the United Nations Relief or Works Agency for Palestine Refugees. And as always, we've chucked in the server for joining us. So if you have a WoW subscription and have Classic downloaded, please join us and please try and die with us. So should we jump into the game, Gav?
Yes. Yeah, I'm just jumping in now.
All right.
And let's see if I can sort out my capturing issues.
Alrighty. So this is kind of game all stream 1.2 because I forgot to record the last stream. And also my character from last time. This is the dangers of playing on Classic. I was trying to move them to this place, Durotar, where I am now, and I slipped off a tower and plummeted to my death, so I had to make a new character.
We've all done it.
So
We've all done it.
We've all done it. We've all been there. Quite embarrassing.
And I befell a fate on stream last time, which resulted in us then plugging the $10 jugs that had been promised to us at the Queanbeyan RSL. However, fortunately, we had not cleared that with the management there. But yes, so I've started a new character. He's a druid. His name's Hornbag. He's currently running around in Razor Hill in Durotar. And Hornbag is yes, ready to go at level 7.
I should just quickly plug too, Gav, because we are live streaming from the Fyshwick Football Club and Bar. They have asked us to do a quick plug for them.
Oh, of course.
If that's all right for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Here we go. So, are you looking for the perfect spot to kick back and let loose? Then look no further than the Fyshwick Football Club and Bar. where the fun never stops. Wednesdays, test your sport knowledge at our famous sports trivia night, where the winner doesn't just take back home bragging rights, they take home a meat bowl, which is kind of like a fun twist on a meat platter, but instead of like a platter, they put it in a salad bowl.
Delicious, delicious.
Fridays, it's time to spin and win at Pokey Master Night, where semi-professional pokey players teach the kids and the curious how to play pokies like a pro. Saturday nights, get ready to rock out with Midday Napsters, Fyshwick's favourite Metallica cover band that will have you sweating bullets. And before you ask, yes, we are completely legal and definitely not associated with the motorcycle gang Satan Soldiers. Don't believe us? Well, police officers drink free with proof of service and proof of their local address. We're located on Tradies Road in Fyshwick, right between Candy Girls nightclub and Trev's hardware store. So bring your mates, bring a date, heck, bring the whole crew. Because at Fyshwick's Football Club and Bar, all are welcome, except the... I might not say that last part. But if your first language or your parents' first language is French, maybe consider somewhere else. But yeah, otherwise, great spot. Let us use their Wi-Fi, and for every level we reach, it's $10 jugs.
$10 jugs of Melbourne Bitter at the front bar. How good's that? And you might see the Fyshwick Galahs out there. The footy team here. They're having a sort of a bit of a pre-season session as we stream. They're actually out there watching the stream as we speak. So
They
hello to the Fyshwick Galahs. So, good luck in the upcoming season, Scotty. Hope you kick a ton again. Yes,
Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty McEnroe's hell of a full forward. There's quite a few similarities between World of Warcraft and footy.
Now you've said this before. I don't understand it. What are the similarities there, Gav?
Well, I mean, a dungeon. If you think about a dungeon, it's not unlike a football field. Some of them can run for about 2 hours. You've got the very defined roles. The DPS are essentially they're your full forwards, they're your damage dealers. And then you got the tanks, taking all the damage, keeping everyone afloat. There's your fullbacks. You could say Glenn Archer, North Melbourne great. Here's a great example of a tank. And then you've got your midfielders and your field side physios. They're your healers. That's what keeps the players on the ground. That's all part of it. There's a lot to learn from World of Warcraft, and so yeah, good luck in the season. And if you come down, grab yourself a jug of Melbourne Bitter and have a chat to the boys and watch us up on the big screen.
And also a big shout out to the club manager, Susan, for A, giving us the Wi-Fi password, and B, letting us stream here. Susan, absolutely thrilled about having us live stream from inside her bar. Doesn't want to be on camera. Susan, while she enjoys video media, something about her soul being captured if she appears on screen or whatever, but she makes it really clear that she doesn't think that applies to anyone else, so she's happy for us to be doing our streaming. And there you are.
How great's that the Pokies initiative they've got going here?
Oh, it's really good, because I think there's been a bit of an age barrier for the Pokies. A lot of young kids who want to get into it see some of the older players really sinking time and getting good at it.
And there's a strategy to it. There's definitely a strategy.
Yeah, there's a deep strategy. But it's really friendly. There's no dumb questions. There's no mistakes to be made. This is just a nice, friendly chance to learn how to play pokies.
Yeah. I remember back in the day, used to head down to Zagami's pub in Caulfield down in Melbourne, and have a cheeky slap of the pokies with don't know if you know him, Nigel Frampton, world class World of Warcraft raider. actually. There's a
And
drink.
who was that name again? Sorry for people
Nigel
listening.
Frampton. Now he's actually got a drink at Zagami's named after him, Frampton's Molten Core, in honor of
Oh,
he had
beautiful.
a world world fastest time clear of the Molten Core raid. So he's an all-time great. Sort of ran in the same circles with him for a little while. No, nowhere near his level. He was just, you know, I mean, you don't see raiders like that anymore. Not at all.
No, no.
No.
Fun fact I know about Nigel Frampton: he was the first person to ever beat World of Warcraft.
Yes, actually,
Not
not a lot of people
100%
know
of
that.
it.
Yeah.
Got, no, got everything done.
Yeah. Every quest.
All right. So what are we doing here, Gav? Because again, I've not played this game before. You said make a troll, and we'll go quest in the troll village. So what's happening here?
Um. Well, I mean, this just over yonder, up the hill, is the sort of the starting area for the trolls and the orcs. So they start in the same zone, and then it's a bit of a bit of a boring starting zone. But then this is one of the first sort of zones you come across as you leave the starting area. And so there's a troll village here, and then there's also the town up the road, Razor Hill, which you might have seen before. Um, and yeah, so we're in Durotar, which is sort of the first part of your World of Warcraft journey. So levels 1 to about level 10 to 12.
And so again, to recap, the story here is that the orcs got brought into this world and try
Yep.
to take it over from the humans. You know, against their will, they were brainwashed, brought over as slaves.
Yeah, yeah.
And
They
were left free in this world. But
yeah.
what are the trolls doing here?
Well, the trolls, I believe,
Which
were
is
sort
what
of
I'm playing.
scattered all over the world, and they were they allied with the orcs in the wars against the alliance, and they sort of forged a deep alliance from the earliest days. So you would have seen them in the first Warcraft game, Warcraft 1, Orcs and Humans. And then they played a big role in Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, and so on. So one of the famous trolls, Zul'jin, some really cool artwork by Chris Metzen of him. I've got a little present for you, Hal, by the way.
Oh yeah?
There we go.
What have you got for me?
There's we got a trade. Got a few bags for you.
Oh, and I've got.
Oh, not those bags.
Oh mate, don't tell the coppers that.
That should.
Well, that's just fantastic. Thank you for that, Gav. I really appreciate that. Great. Now I've got some bags.
Yeah. So shall we? What shall we get questing?
All right. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quests. So I've got a Solvent Spirit.
Yep.
Report to Orgnil.
Yep.
Practice Prey.
Yep.
Thwarting Kolkar Aggression. Minchina's Skull and Zalane's Zane.
And I'll give you this one as well. Where
What is it?
have you got a Peon's Burden?
No, I already did that one.
Oh, right. Okay. Great.
All right. And now, so Gav, what you're playing as a Tauren, which I said last time they're an Aldi Minotaur.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Just about. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, big walking cow. Not unlike the not unlike the Minotaur. Bit more of a peaceful disposition, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what are you playing as? What's your class?
I'm a druid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I like to think of a druid as a bush cleric. I'd say.
As a what? Sorry.
As a bush cleric. I think clerics are the city slicker priests, and then druids are like the living off the. They're the priests that live off the grid.
Yeah. I'm just gonna fuck with my audio for a little bit because that's quite loud when attacking. And your main role here, because we talked about tanks who lead the charge and take the damage, the damage dealers and the healers. So what role does the druid do?
I'd say a druid's a bit like a midfielder. Can sort of play up forward, play back, and also um, you know play the midfield. So a bit of healing, a bit of tanking, a bit of damage. Really depends how you build them. But I think I am going to build this Tauren druid into one of the good leveling specs is the feral spec. So you basically spec into shape shifting into animals, and that'll allow me to do a bit of tanking as a bear or do some damage as a cat. So a bit of versatility there. But there's other roles I can do. More focused on magic, and then also focused on healing as well. The restoration druid. And I've decided to go with skinning as my profession. So that'll be useful for both of us, considering we can both wear leather.
And I'm playing as a shaman, which is I use elemental magic to shoot lightning and fire and rocks and wind at people. I can do a bit of healing, but one of the things I can do is I enchant my weapons and armor. So I'm kind of like I'm like a less nerdy magic user in that I still charge into battle. I don't sit at the back kiting spells like a loser. I actually get up in there and do something.
Oh, they're a bit of they're like a bush paladin, really.
Yeah, bush paladin.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to step away for a moment, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just in the storage room, just behind the bar here. So I just popped on the light.
No, fair enough. All right, so we're killing tigers at the moment.
Yeah, I think. Have you got the questy add-on?
Yeah, sure do.
Yeah. I think there's also some decent quests up in Razor Hill as well for us to do. And hopefully we don't have another death on stream. Uh-oh.
That would be bad. But both of us can heal at the moment, so hopefully...
Yep.
I took herbalism and alchemy.
Nice. A lot of money in that.
Yeah. I went on Ask Jeeves and said, what's the best thing for me to play?
Yeah. Early on, it was skinning. Skinning was really great when the server started up, but the bottom's really fallen out of that market. It's one of the easiest professions to level, just because you're always killing things that you can skin. You can get some really valuable stuff from skinning, but once the server's been around for a while, then everyone's been doing it. Really loses its luster.
I notice I'm pulling aggro a lot more than you.
Yeah.
It's probably not good. I don't know what spell I'm doing. I think it's just when I'm smacking people with my hammer.
Yeah, probably just straight up damage, I guess.
Alright, so and Gav, last time you tried to teach me, so Alliance.
Yep.
Because there's not really good guys or bad guys in this situation, is
there? Not anymore. I think like at the end of Warcraft 2, it was sort of very clear that the orcs had been hoodwinked by warlocks and driven into war by demons. So they sort of settled into a bit of a peace, uneasy peace. But then, everything sort of flared up again in Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm honestly not sure of the state of the conflict at the start of this. But it's, skirmishes. Skirmishes, lots of skirmishes. There's no PvP on the hardcore servers.
Which is probably good.
Yes, yeah. Although,
Or for us.
yeah, there are instances where PvP can occur. So if you choose to flag PvP on, then you can get engaged with PvP. But you'd be mad to do so. Unfortunately, if you walk past a town and you whack a guard that is an NPC, you'll see a little shield next to their name in their portrait. That'll mean that they're PvP flagged, and if you whack them, then it flags you as PvP. And there's some instances where you sort of can't avoid that. So there's been a few instances of high-level players basically camping out in locations where that's likely to occur, and then killing the person the instant they get PvP flagged. Which is...
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
This music's cool.
I can't even hear my music. What's going on? Oh, there we go.
Alright, so Alliance is the humans, the Night Elves,
Yep.
Dwarves, and the Gnomes, and the Alliance, and the Horde, which we're playing as, Orcs, Trolls, Tauren, and Undead.
Undead, yep.
Sweet. So if people want to join us, they need to play as one of those four.
Yeah.
Horde.
On the Doom Hal server, which is the Anniversary Realms Classic Hardcore. So there's a fresh restart of World of Warcraft servers for the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft in November last year. If you don't want to live with the constant threat of death in Hardcore, then there's always the normal server, Dreamscythe. Although I would say get your start on a hardcore server, and if you do eventually die, then you can just transfer your dead character to the normal server for free. So you don't lose any progress. You just switch over to the normal server, which is they allow resurrection and that sort of thing on that server.
I'm gonna go up here where I can breathe.
Now, I did have I actually forgot to say I did have an employee of Blizzard reach out to me during the week. I won't say names, of course, but funnily enough, they had heard our discussion about gnomes.
Yeah.
And look,
Yeah.
all I'll
What did they
say is, it's been noted by some members of the team. Members of the team, which is really good. It's progress. But he did also say that there is some in the leadership that sort of have quite doubled down. So hopefully we'll see a change at the top in the coming years, and maybe we'll see it's a bit more of a rethink of gnomes.
Yeah. And look, I don't personally blame Blizzard for the behaviour of the gnomes.
No, a different time. Oh, it's something you got to remember. This game's been out for 20 years.
I blame the gnomes for what they've been doing. I'm meant to be picking up items, I am not.
Uh,
I've gotten 2 tiger fur.
Yep.
No Makura eyes. No Mucus crawlers. Nothing.
Yeah, I've got a handful of crawler mucus. As soon as so if we're questing in a group and we're going to pick up items, then as soon as as soon as like one of us have picked up all the items, then it'll allow you to like loot the bodies that I loot after me if a quest
There's
item
a party
drops.
over here.
Ah. It's quite quiet on these islands. I think they've been farmed to buggery.
Yeah. How the hell did you even see that?
If you, I think if you press tab, it will highlight the nearest enemy.
Oh, okay, so you didn't see it, you just highlighted.
Yeah.
You've done it again.
Nigel taught me that.
Nigel's good like that.
Nigel, yeah. So what are you going to do with your shaman? What spec are you going to go? Are you going to go for damage, or are you going to go healing or tanking?
I don't like responsibility, so I'm going to go with just damage. I hear that. Oh, I found the target. I hear that enchantment's quite fun.
Enhancement? Yes.
Yeah, enhancement. Sorry.
Yeah. For whatever reason, it's known as a meme spec.
Why's that?
I don't know.
Well, what's the meme to it?
That it's not very good at high levels. I don't know. I remember watching there's a very well known World of Warcraft video from back in the vanilla days of a shaman in PvP just critting people for like 4,000 damage or something insane, and like one or two shotting people in PvP. So I don't know, maybe they're strong in PvP and not so much in PvE content. Don't know. But yeah, the enhancement or I think elemental, they're both. I think elemental's meant to be quite good.
Yeah, I find it strange that they don't have a tanking spec, like, because I feel like they were meant to be the Horde's version of a paladin.
Well, I mean, they could tank, they can tank, and in fact, I won't name names, but I think you know who I'm talking about. We've got a very good friend of ours, professional Warcraft player.
Yeah.
Top leagues and everything.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm with you.
Yeah. We can't say his name just because he's got a pretty big contract going with, what's it, Nikon or Canon or something. I think he was going to get a nice new camera for his stream. Anyway, so he's one of the best Warcraft players in the world, and he'll tell you. He says it all the time. He was just saying it the other day. Shaman's one of the best tanks in the game. Underrepresented, underutilized.
So in Classic, do people explicitly have to pick what role they are before they go into a dungeon?
Yeah, sort of. I actually had a interesting experience last night, where I put myself down for doing DPS. I was playing on my paladin,
Yeah, yeah.
and I got into the dungeon, and there was two paladins there, myself, and the other one was healing, and there was a
Yep.
priest, and there was a hunter, and there was a rogue, and no one was
Yeah, yeah.
tanking for the first 10 minutes. And we were sort of like,
I think I saw that
what's
as well.
going on? And the person that sort of organised the group said, "Oh, can one of you paladins tank?" I thought, I can't, you can't just dump that on someone, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, would you ask, you know, would you ask Nick Larkey, oh, do you want to play fullback, for the next 10 minutes? Of course not.
No, no.
No, he's
That's
not.
a bit like being.
He's not built for it. So yeah, it was a bit ridiculous. And yeah, that run didn't go so well.
No, I
That
can
ended
imagine.
quite quickly.
No, because I've.
So yeah,
I'm most
I
familiar
mean,
with retail,
some classes can sort of
but
bounce, but yeah, you usually want to know
I
what's
just
going on.
remember you could only tank or heal if you were a tank or heal spec. Like you had
Yep.
to spec into one of those roles.
At the lower
But is that
levels, so it's probably, like pre 30, 40, depending on the class, you
yeah,
can be specced into one thing and do something else. So the warrior is the classic example of, you know, if you want to spec a protection warrior, which is the tanking spec, um,
yeah,
uh, you're a madman if you do it before, level 40, because there's not enough utility in the class at that level yet. They really come
yeah, yeah?
together in the later levels. So a lot of warriors will tank as the arms spec, which is like a two-handed DPS spec, and they can tank pretty well, and they can actually probably at the lower levels probably tank better than a protection warrior in some
Okay,
situations. But then, later on, you do have to lock in what you want to be. Although, as part of the some changes um, element of WoW Classic Anniversary, they have introduced dual spec now into Classic Anniversary. So once you hit level 40, you can pay 50 gold to your class trainer in any of the major cities, and you can essentially unlock a second spec. You can switch between them at will, which is
that's
handy.
cool.
So as long as you're carrying around, a second set of gear for that spec, then you can sort of bounce between them. So I've decided on my paladin, for example, which I'm running DPS,
Yep.
I've got a secondary spec of a tank because tanks are always in short supply. So I figure it's a really good way to get dungeon groups. Switch over to tanking.
I finally got some crawler mucus.
Nice.
Actually, in all honesty, speaking of crawler mucus, I am just coming off a pretty bad flu, which is why we didn't stream last week. So if I don't sound too great, I'm sure I still sound charismatic and cool and like someone you want to hang out with. But I probably sound a little bit more phlegmy and blocked up. That's what that is. Um, don't know what else you'd think it would be, but yeah.
Oh, this
It's a
reminds me
small
actually.
city.
Daryl was down at the coast, down in Bateman's Bay, on the weekend. He's brought back some oysters. So
Oh yeah.
he's got a little ice box with some oysters behind the bar. If you want to pop out there and grab some oysters, just came to mind.
Did Daryl ever give you back your money?
Yeah.
Because I keep telling you, man, that sounds like a shitty investment.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
It all comes
like I
out in the
said
wash.
last time. I'm happy to talk to Daryl for you.
It all comes out in the wash.
What does that even mean?
Oh, you know, I'm sure there'll be, some instance where Daryl pay the favor back.
The favor, so not the 2K.
Well, you know, it's just the realities of doing business, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is Daryl, dodgy Daryl.
Look, I don't ask too many questions.
No, you ask no questions.
It's tax write-off. It's great. It's tax write-off.
In what capacity? Like he's not told you anything. He's told you it's a tax write-off, but not actually done anything about it.
Oh,
you've got all the crab mucus. I suddenly get it.
well, you know.
You can't just bring back a tray of oysters and say, "Yeah, don't worry, mate. Tax write-off." The fuck does that mean, Daryl?
All right, I'll have a chat to him. It's probably out there having a Winnie Blue or something at the moment. Maybe
That's
catch him
something
on
I
the
like
break.
about Daryl.
The Winnie Blues.
Winnie Blues.
Yeah.
Cigarettes are champions.
I do actually.
What you can and can't say on live streams. I'm not as much as a gamer as you, but I'm happy to go on the record and saying that smoking's cool.
Absolutely.
Especially when you blues.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
it's horrible for your health. Don't do it.
Shoot me, right? Shoot me. But
yeah,
cigarettes are cool.
I saw someone's list online of the circumstances in which they can smoke when they quit smoking, and you know the top ones are the classic ones, like I'm out drinking, or someone near me is smoking. One of my favorite ones was I saw an old Chinese man smoking, decided I want one.
I remember back when I was playing World of Warcraft during the vanilla days. I didn't have a computer for a while that could run the game, so I had to go down to the internet cafe. And there was an internet cafe on Kunang Road near where I grew up, called Hackers Lab. And it was just basically a long shop with 2 rows of tables down either side of the room and a desk at the front where you'd pay for your time. And it was like, you'd never pay more than, I think that $20 was unlimited, essentially. So we'd go in there. I think I might need to focus on healing for a minute. I got you.
Yeah, that guy's healing too.
Oh no, he's going to shrink you. Man, we're going to get that other guy. I've run out of mana.
Oh,
I think we need to run. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh no! You're going to die!
No!
No!
Damn it. What happened there?
Oh. Have you got another character?
Nah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. What do we do?
Well, I mean, we could always check out the starting area, right?
We could always check out the starting area. How about, because it's an interesting starting area, we jump across to Alliance.
Oh, yeah.
And do the Night Elf starting area.
Yes. Yeah, right.
I'll go Hunter. So I was on the play Hunter. Fuck, I can't believe I died.
Oh, it's that other guy. Healing.
What was that guy doing just standing there watching us?
Oh, he messaged me for an invite.
Alright.
Oh, well, goodbye, Halpocalypse. It's nice to know you.
Yeah, I'm just going to make Halpocalypse again as an elf.
Alright.
Oh, that was sad.
Alright, so what are we going to do? You're going to go a hunter, are you?
Or yeah, I could go hunter or druid. I don't really mind. What would you want to go as?
I might. Um,
So there we have it, folks. That's you die, you die.
hmm,
Unlucky.
unlucky. I'll go the. I'll go the. I'll go the.
Oh, I just got disconnected.
Should I go the priest?
All right, priest and hunter. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. I'm trying to play that down to be really cool for the stream, but I'm shitty that I just died there. This is probably why I shouldn't be a magic user, because I just do not pay attention to my mana when it came time to healing.
Yeah. Yeah, that got me. I was. Oh no, I just got disconnected as well. Yeah, that was. That was interesting little thing there. All right, I'll go. I'll go druid again. I'll continue with the druid.
All right. Apocalypse. Oh, you spent all that time making me baggies too.
Yeah. Oh well.
Just gotta pick my hair. That's the most important thing with this game.
Yeah.
What's what? Oh, that looks nice. All right, Apocalypse Hunter. All right, I'm entering the world.
All right.
For 10,000 years.
Well. 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 Well.
All right, just watch the intro. Motherfucker.
I am far more familiar with this zone and this starting area.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, Hacker's Lab.
Hacker's Lab. Yeah.
Couple tables down either side of the shop. Next door was a chicken shop, and it was about 5 minutes walk from my house or something like that. So I used to go down there after university and hang out with one of my mates in Hackers Lab, and we would just play World of Warcraft all night. They never closed this place,
Yes.
and it was you could still smoke inside as well. So
Yeah.
every computer it had a computer there and an ashtray, and then immediately next to it is another computer, another ashtray, and these ashtrays were overflowing with cigarette butts. Occasionally, a guy would come around with like a plastic Coles bag and just tip them in there, head out the back, and chuck them in the skip. um, and yeah, so we'd go there and we'd play all night. We'd go next door to the chicken shop and get like a chicken schnitzel roll and some chips and bring it in and just eat that while we played World of Warcraft all night.
Yes, Nick.
And then punch durries while we play. It was so good, such a good time. Like absolutely no life commitments other than just playing, 12 hours straight. Wow.
Are you in the game? I've just joined.
I am.
I'm Halpocalypse again. If you want to find me.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're probably on a different layer, I guess.
On a similar note, one thing that growing up in Tassie, I noticed that no other state really does was maybe in Melbourne, but at least when I'm in Tassie, I'll grab this quest. Was having the couch at the front of a share house that was just like the designated smoker spot, but you would just sit out there, blast some punk rock as loud as you could, and just sitting out there until 4 in the morning, watching traffic and just smoking. It's such a dumb thing to really do, but like, God, it was good.
Yeah.
Like every time I see like a faded couch at the front of a house, I'm like, oh, good smoker spot.
Yeah, I mean,
Again, I don't smoke anymore. It's horrible for your health. Don't do it. But man, it's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got the woodland protector and the balance of nature.
That was back when, seeing a photo of an empty room and a couch, had a very different meaning to it.
All right, so I've got to hand in a quest to this guy.
Oh yeah.
You found me.
Are you running with the voiceover mod at all still?
No, not while streaming.
Yeah, it is kind of annoying.
Oh fuck. Buzz. I'm out of range. Oh man. Why didn't I just go a flat damage spec before? I'm just pinging people.
The hunter is good fun, actually. You've got a couple options for your pets. You can go sort of like a tanky pet, a bit of a hybrid pet, or you can go a full-on DPS pet.
Definitely a tanky pet. I think we need that.
Yeah.
So this is just going back to my theory that I've always maintained, which is magic's for nerds. Gav, as Dungeon Master for my games, knows that I just will always pick a barbarian or a fighter to play as. So I like just being able to crump people with a great sword over casting a spell. That said, do you know the spell users I really respect the most, Gav?
Yeah, go on.
Priests and clerics. I think you look at a sorcerer, a wizard, all the magic comes from like learning stuff and reading runes.
Studying.
But a priest and a cleric, they cast a lightning bolt because they believe they can.
Yep.
It's just absolute self-determination that they're able to cast a bolt that just blows your brain off. That's cool.
And the warlocks in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So their magic is all about, channeling from a relationship with a demon or something, which is pretty cool, pretty rock and roll.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm down with that.
And they're also, definitely in World of Warcraft. A mage, all their damage is up front, Cast a spell, bang, there it is. But as we said, the damage over time aspect of the warlock means you really need to think about, how much damage your effect will have over the time frame that you're playing, and what spells do you apply. So as we said, the warlock is really the thinking man's mage.
Yeah.
I think in general, I don't want to make too broad a statement, but I'd say in general I find warlocks to be the more intelligent players.
I'm going to say something here, Gav. I'm not going to elaborate. But I'm going to say something, and I reckon you agree with me.
Yeah.
I think warlocks are the 9-inch nails of classes.
Yeah. True, definitely. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. The downward spiral era, 9-inch nails.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They're the first 3 albums, at least.
Yeah. I've just been invited to join Iron Song by Loney Sack.
Okay.
Declined.
Let's jump in.
Oh, I declined.
Oh, you nerd. Wait, is that a clone? What'd you say it was?
I declined. I declined.
Okay.
Unsolicited guild invites.
I'll join. I'll leave it then.
Oh, actually,
Everyone's immediately leaving it.
Yeah, nice. It's quite purple, this zone. So, what do we got? We've got some young Night Sabers to get. Over here.
I'll just stream. There we go. I fix it back up. Alrighty. Righty. Oh, no, I broke it again. Ignore me. Here we go. I'm back. Thanks for everyone who just joined. If you just missed it, we died. Basically. Long story short, we were hanging around, killing some people, and we got surrounded by some shamans who just zapped us.
Yep.
And because we're playing on World of Warcraft Hardcore.
And I should
That's
say,
it, we're dead.
we were having a bit of a chat at the time. And that is what happens when you let your game slip just for an instant in World of Warcraft Hardcore. That's all it takes.
This is gaming as raw as it gets. Like, I feel like an athlete here, Gav, at the moment. Alright. And also, for those of you who just jumped on, we are... Did you fucking die? Gav, you naughty boy. How the fuck did you die just then? I'm only level 2. I'm not making you character. I'm just going to go back and meet you.
Yep. That was...
Hey everyone, if you just joined us, Gav died again. We're good at this.
Trying our best.
Oh, man. I suppose, seeing as people have just joined us, I'll also go back and say we are, for reasons we can't really get into, we're no longer live streaming from the Queanbeyan RSL. Part of it was that they found out we're using their Wi-Fi. There were some other things we can't really go into at the moment until it's also sorted. But now we are live streaming from the Fyshwick Football Club and Bar. And Shannon, the manager and owner, doesn't like being on TV because she reckons that her soul will be captured if she is recorded live. But she has some messages that she'd like me to pass on just while Gav's making his character. I thought I could do this again. So apologies if you heard there's a first round, but we'll go back to it. So, Fyshwick Football Club and Bar. Looking for the perfect spot to kick back and let loose? Look no further than the Fyshwick Football Club and Bar, where the fun never stops. Wednesdays, test your sport knowledge at our famous sports trivia night, where the winners don't just take home bragging rights, they take home a meatball. And again, that's kind of like their fun play on a meat platter, but instead of a platter, they put it all into a salad bowl. Fridays, it's time to spin and win with Pokies Masterclass Night, where semi-professional Pokies players teach the kids and the curious how to play Pokies like a pro. Saturday nights, get ready to rock out with the Midday Napsters, Fyshwick's favourite metal cover band that will have you sweating bullets. And before you ask, yes, the Fyshwick Football Club and Bar is completely legal and not associated with the outlaw motorcycle gang Satan Soldiers. Don't believe us? Well, police officers drink free with proof of service and proof of their home address. They are located on Trays Road in Fyshwick, right between Candy Girls nightclub and Trav's hardware store. So bring your mates, bring a date, heck, bring the whole crew. Because Fyshwick Football Club and Bar, all are welcome, except the French. And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And this time I've decided to mix things up a bit.
We have a message. I'll drive down now and have a word to Shannon to get you fellas back at home. No, look, the Fyshwick Football Club, they have been really good. They have, they're more than happy to have us live streaming. They're in fact, the Fyshwick Galahs are out in the main area watching this right now. There was a big boo when Gav died. Oddly enough, there was a cheer when I died. I'm sure that was an ironic cheer. They seemed to quite like me before when I was having a chat to them. But yeah, Susan's been lovely letting us use the storerooms. Has Gav working taps every now and then just because the kegs are sort of off camera to where he is at the moment. She's let me take my cats in here. We're happy here. I think this is our new home. Gav, what do you think about it?
Oh, it's lovely. Melbourne Bitter on tap. Not a lot of places you can get that around here, so that's really nice. And yeah, they've been really welcoming. And aren't the boys the Fyshwick Galahs? Aren't they a laugh?
The boys are a laugh.
They are a laugh.
And you know, they are a bunch of boys. For a mixed team,
yeah,
certainly a bunch of boys.
Oh, I use the boys in the non-gendered sense, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the boys.
It's like when our friend Steve-O often says, "No girls allowed because I hate girls." He's not saying anything about women. It's just to him, girls is a bad word.
Yeah.
Better, you made the same character again. Rest in peace, Steve-O. We mostly miss you every day. Some things we could do without, but
I'm going as a rogue this time.
Oh, that's cool. All right. So we are doing the early missions in the Night Elves. So Gav, for people watching, what are the Night Elves? Because we're now playing the Alliance. But what's a Night Elf, and how's that different to a Day Elf?
Well, I mean, the Day Elf, or the High Elves, as they're called in Warcraft lore, are sort of your traditional elf from, you know, Tolkien-esque elf from the Eastern Kingdoms. You know, they're all blonde and beautiful and namby-pamby, and about you know their appearance and everything, and you know.
Don't fucking shit talk Token on this channel. I've warned you so many times. I won't shit talk Star Wars. You don't shit talk Lord of the Rings. This was agreed before we started this stream. All right.
So yeah, they're your typical horsey elves, and then the Night Elves they were, you know, they're the elves from the Western Kingdoms. I'm not overly familiar with their lore much, but they were introduced in Warcraft 3, and they are allied with the Alliance, whereas the High Elves, they sort of are no longer involved in the Alliance, and they actually come back in the Burning Crusade, the next expansion, as the Blood Elves on the side of the Horde.
Do you know what I like about Star Wars, Gav?
Go on.
I like the midichlorians. And I'm appreciative I'm appreciative of Disney era Star Wars. I love all the shows we can watch now.
Oh. Don't get me started.
Talk shit about Lord of the Rings.
I was talking shit about the elves, really.
Yeah, well, I reckon the Night Elves, when it came to the fall of Gondolin, they would have been absolutely screwed. They wouldn't have been able to band together.
No.
No, the High Elves of Middle Earth, they were hurt, they were bruised, they've been betrayed from the inside, but they pulled back together and they went out and helped everyone else.
Mm. But you know.
I know. Can I get some people on chat to weigh in if that was too far of Gav?
Oh, my human lover died, and now I'm no longer immortal. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoils.
What do you think the time frame is when you can just say a spoiler and not feel bad about it?
All right, this isn't funny. This isn't like a bit I'm doing. This is a serious hill I will die on often.
Yeah.
I think if a good story will still be a good story even if you know the spoiler.
Yeah.
I think if you know the twist that the butler did it.
Yeah.
You should be able to watch that and you'd be sort of almost enjoying being like, oh, here's all the clues that they're laying so they can reveal that it's the butler in the end. But if it's kind of like a cheap pull out the rug at the end of the show,
yeah,
then I don't think that's good writing. Yeah. I think that's just obfuscating what's going on and then saying that there's a twist for shock value. So I don't get shitty when people tell me spoilers.
The old M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I think his movies where he doesn't rely on the twist so much better. I'll happily defend Signs. I think Signs was one of his better films.
Yeah. Ruined by the reveal.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm still suffering from this cold.
But you know, The Empire Strikes Back. You know, the big reveal in that.
Oh, the twist that
yeah. I think it's fair.
You could probably say that one.
You if you haven't, if you're not aware, Darth Vader actually Luke Skywalker's father.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when
did I?
D2 comes out as bi.
Oh,
so that was a big moment in sci-fi,
yeah.
a
Sorry.
real proud moment for.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a good
sorry.
one.
Yeah, sorry. I've just. Sorry if you haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back. It's still a great.
You've ruined that.
Great movie.
I know that Imi, who has just joined my stream, she only told me last week she was about to watch Star Wars for the first time. But, I'm really excited to find out what Luke's origins are, raw. I'm like, oh, that's great. Look, I'm not going to spoil that for you. I'm sorry, Imi.
Yeah.
Not my actions, but I am sorry for him.
I mean, if you've seen The Phantom Menace, it's safe to say you're probably... I mean, maybe not, actually. You know? Imagine getting all the way through, the prequel trilogy, and then the first two movies, and then hitting that. And that's when you realise.
Yeah, imagine watching the prequels, and then you get to Empire Strikes Back, it's like, Oh, look, I'm your father. Oh, was that the same guy?
He's
Oh,
he's a lot taller.
hey, he's a lot taller. He's not complaining as much.
The great outdoors.
All right. I've completed that one.
Yeah, I
And
completed that one.
oh, completed again.
You performed your duties well, adventurer.
I like your shorts.
This sigil was
Oh, wait, I've got shorts too. Oh, yeah.
The shorts look the best on the night elves because they're just so huge.
I went from thinking these elves were lame to realizing they're the most Aussie class we could have picked. Just fucking run around in their shorts. I thought trolls were slightly more Aussie, just running barefoot through the world, but this is pretty good. I got a bunch of shit that I picked up, so I'm just gonna sell some
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah, same. I've got a
Killing nature's beasts is
A friend of mine.
I've got a class quest, I think. I'm gonna go see someone for my trainer abilities, which I think you're probably the same. I think.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Oh, you get to live in the world of Hunter Bag Space. That'll be fun for you.
I'll buy some more fucking bows. I can't really shit talk on bad media from a universe that I love though, because like the Lordoc who is online. Oh, Citus. Any reason you boys went alliance this time around? Seems to remember some sort of discord around gnomes from last time. So you, I don't think you were online when we were talking about this, but Blizzard did put out some statements. Basically, they addressed it and said that they're aware with what's going on at the moment, and they are trying to work through it. But
There was an unnamed Blizzard employee who reached out to us during the week and said, you know, there's been some statements by Blizzard. He's not happy with it. You know, some of the staff at Blizzard are not happy with it. But, you know, It is what it is. But yeah, it was just nice to hear from some of the developers. We won't say names because we don't want to put any careers at risk. But it's nice to hear that people are acknowledging the issues, and hopefully a change in leadership will come. And you know, and we'll see what happens from here.
That said, we're still not comfortable playing gnomes, and we think if you're playing a gnomes, did you climb up the tree?
I went inside the
We
tree.
think-
That's where my quest was.
We think, yeah, playing gnomes, especially with the discourse that's going on Discord,
Yeah.
On Twitter, sorry, at the moment, it's still, yeah, it is great to see some response from the devs, but unfortunately the community itself seemed to be the problem. And yeah, so you can't really blame the devs for that behavior, but at the same time, I think it's a bit of a problem if you are still choosing to play as a gnome at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, I can track beasts now, Gav. That is useless.
I came to Shadowglen to observe the web
One of the
spiders
big
that dwell in Shadow Thread
where are you
Cave.
going up the tree?
They are cousin to a much smaller variety.
I know.
of
I
spiders.
got.
I believe the world tree has
I'm
had
coming
a
down the
profound
tree.
effect on them, and I would like specimens to study to.
One of the big mistakes that many WoW players make is buying all the skills. Do you dare me to jump?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, that one wasn't too bad.
Oh, Lion Sack has invited me to join Iron Song again. I'm declining this time. I quit. Take a hint.
Yeah, nice. Alright, where are we going?
I do actually want to do a little shout out to Titus, who is in my chat at the moment, because Gav, I feel like you'll like to hear this news about him, and I'm sure he won't mind me sharing this deeply personal news. But possibly through my influence, listen to Nine Inch Nails' Downward Spiral for the first time this week.
Oh, lovely.
So just a little round of applause to you there, mate.
Top-notch album. The best, I think.
I think the Fragile's the best.
Yeah, it really is a close one between those two. Very close one.
I think in terms of singles, yeah, Downward Spiral wins. But I think in terms of just like a tight album where everything fits and works,
Yeah.
I think it's just Pit. Not a funny chat to have, it's just us nerding out on music. But I think it's fitting. I made this joke on the post before, but 2025 has really been a year of recession for me in that I feel more like it's 2005 because I'm playing World of Warcraft. I've got tickets to go see Slipknot in February, and I am just re-listening to Nine Inch Nails and telling my mates listen to the Fragile per the recommendation. Did just pip out. Oh yeah, he's on my side. This is why yeah, you're a cool guy, man.
Yeah, I think
Insiders has a really good taste in music too, Gav. I reckon I'm gonna introduce you guys IRL at some point. I reckon.
my all-time favorite Nine Inch Nails song is on The Fragile. So,
What's that one?
Just Like You Imagined. It's the instrumental one.
Yeah. Oh shit! I didn't pick up this quest.
Oh, didn't you? Oh, hang on, I'll share it.
Oh yeah, sick.
This one? Oh. Damn it. Oh, you gotta go back.
Yeah,
I think.
Alright. Did you pick up the quests already?
It's called A Friend in Need.
Yeah, I forgot to get it.
Oh, well.
Oh well.
We can come back, because we've got to kill these spider dudes.
It's too far away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very tight race, I think. It really depends on the mood. I think Downward Spiral is just like it's a real like grim sort of album altogether. Really well put together. I think there's quite a nice journey on the Fragile. It goes down, but then there's all these moments of hope on it. I really like that. Is the Quake album so good?
Yeah.
Nine Inch Nails did all the music and the sound effects for Quake as well. So the nail gun was the sound of that. Was made by Trent Reznor.
After deleting Facebook and Instagram, I immediately rewatched The Social Network,
Oh yeah.
forgetting that Trent Reznor
Oh.
done the soundtrack for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he's doing the soundtrack for some upcoming movie, right?
I was wondering why I hadn't seen Ivarana.
Excuse me, this cold, I cannot get rid of it. All right, there we go.
Help Ivran, as I know of an antidote that should help with the poison. It requires some.
Alright, so I'm guessing you gotta go see that guy now?
Yeah. I'm also interested because we've talked on this series that like it's us trying our hardest at games. So for example, at one point, one of the games that I am surprisingly good at and have beaten a few times is Dark Souls, but you haven't really played it, Gav.
Yeah.
I think we'll play that.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in playing different MMOs and being contrarian.
Mm.
Like WoW's great, but there's something about the modern WoW retail that just I find off-putting.
Yep.
There's Lord of the Rings Online, which I think would be fun to play, which looks janky as fuck.
Yeah. But the community is super solid, I've heard.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
just
dipped in there for a little bit.
Full of lots of nerds, which is, I love that.
And it's free to play.
Yeah.
Too. And like a surprising amount of it is free to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's only once you're getting to the
people
really
in the
higher
channel,
levels.
would you guys jump on Lord of the Rings Online with us, noting that it's free, albeit a game from almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. Or, shout out any other MMOs you might have thoughts on.
We've also talked about maybe doing Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls Online, yeah.
So this could be Persuaded TBH. Is that for Lord of the Rings Online? Because I think Elder Scrolls Online, while it's a bit more up to date and newer, you do, I think it's only $30 to get the base game.
Oh, is it?
Why not both, he says?
I grabbed it for free at one point.
Yeah, I think I may have bought it when it first came out.
Yeah. But yeah, the
I just
threshold
have not touched it.
is higher, yeah.
I think it might be a bit easier too to just get into.
Yeah.
Alright, he's been bitten. So this guy's been bitten by a spider, and we quickly got to...
Oh, you gotta go back to... Oh, you got a time limit for that?
No, we don't get a time limit for this one, do we?
I don't know. It should say in the quest log. Because I
thought we did.
I went back and did the follow-up. Maybe go back, and then you're back on the same page as I am.
Yep, cool. Sorry, everyone. We're just running backwards and forwards because I was a dickhead and forgot to pick up a quest. But I was about to say, you've been a dickhead and died this stream, but I also died this stream too.
Yeah. I died at
Now we're playing...
level 2, though.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be in the death logs. Let's have a look.
Oh, I haven't turned on my death logs. Maybe I should turn it on.
Let's have player name Fat Bazar.
Jack, I won't.
Oh no, I'm not in here.
So the death log, I'll turn it on right now.
Yeah.
Death log. It basically shows whenever someone dies, in the hardcore realm. But the funniest thing that we found too is it also records what people's last words were, if they said anything during that session.
So good.
My personal favourite one, it's, sometimes comedy is just simplicity. Their final words was all caps help, spelled HALP. And the really crushing ones are where you see the last message just was like, thanks for the help, good luck. Lion Sack invites you to Iron Song.
I'm going to join, and I'm just going to say... Yeah, because this is unsolicited harassment.
Just say, my mate's wife who I'm playing with, she's a lawyer. Stop. Oh. Alright, now I've got to pick up some venom sacks. Now what are you saying?
I said, my mate's wife who I'm playing with, she's a lawyer, and she told me that you have to stop sending unsolicited guild invites or we'll take you to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And
Supreme Court of Australia, baby.
And then I quit the guild. That's what you call a mic drop.
Yeah.
That's fact, actually. I'm pretty sure there was, would have been 2006 or so, 2006 or so, maybe Burning Crusade era. There was actually a spate of, because there was really, World of Warcraft was really picking up a lot of steam around that time. And people trying to capitalize on the new players and sort of form guilds. And just the amount of unsolicited guild invites that just went out, it was out of control. You couldn't log on without getting a guild invite every 5 seconds. And it really started to impact the player experience.
Oh, really?
I think there was a might have been in the EU, there was a class action against Blizzard. Basically saying that Blizzard wasn't doing enough to prevent this sort of thing, and people sort of demanding the money back on their subscriptions because they couldn't play, of course.
Yeah.
So, you know, anyway, I think that worked out in the player's favour. So that's why you don't see it happen as often anymore. But yeah, it still does happen. But yeah, that class action fell the way of the player base. No, that's a true story. You might have to look up like the Internet Archive to find the articles on it. But yeah,
Hey, I dinged up.
ding-a-ling. So I used to play a so yeah, in World of Warcraft, like if you level up, people often say like, you know, in chat they'll just say you know, grats or whatever, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I used to play a online RPG in the early 2000s called The Forthcoming, which was really loved it. It was basically the only free MMO at the time, really.
Yeah.
And it was quite good. I guess you could say it's a little bit like Diablo in a way. But whenever somebody leveled up in that, the custom was to type WTG.
WTG.
Yeah.
So that's on my screen now. What's that?
It means
That'd be cool.
way to go. As
Cool. That's cool.
yeah.
I shouldn't shit on positivity and people getting.
It's,
I don't know, but there's something about it that makes me unhappy inside.
yeah, it was the user base was really interesting for that game. But yeah, it was great fun, but it's just so lame. So what do we need to do? We're going to kill some spiders and collect some webwood
Get some shrooms.
ichor. We've got the shrooms are just around, and the moon petals, I know where they are.
I'm out of range.
I am loving playing as this hunter. So much better than being a magic user. Just fucking boozing people.
I have had a thought though. Now that I've been playing, we've had a level
here we go.
28.
Alright, so level 28
Spud.
player. But didn't say any last words, but died.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Somebody's one pip away from 60 in hardcore.
Oh. That's sad.
I did see the one of those streamers, I think, died at 59 in the Eastern Plaguelands.
I hate to say it.
Yeah. Especially in Classic, because like the leveling journey is, you know, if you take your time with it, it can take like a good couple months or something.
The dichotomy of watching the boys start leveling and watching a mate be one pip away from 16 hardcore. Yeah, I'm happy that you're here watching us just fucking slay some balls and pick some mushrooms. But even that turns out to be deadly, as we found out. Probably most familiar with, because I quite like night elves. They actually speak to me quite a lot because, you know, again, they're tall. But I don't think I've ever died in this area, aside from trying to jump off the tree.
What's that? The boys, the Fyshwick Galahs is called out. He said just the other weekend, Eddie was slaying balls and picking mushrooms as well.
Fucking Eddie.
He's loose unit, that guy.
Slaying balls, picking shrooms. Classic Eddie.
Yeah. better cut that off once the season starts.
Well, he's not allowed to play anymore.
Yeah, or
Well, so he was basically the star striker for the under 15s, but you know, you get older, and then someone pulls up your ID and realizes you're 36. Probably shouldn't be playing under 15s. So he's out. Unfortunately, old Eddie.
He's a small
he's
guy.
hanging around the club.
Yeah.
He's a small guy.
Yeah.
Like you look at him and you go, "Oh, you probably not 15," but you go like, "Oh, I believe you're under 25."
Yeah.
Lose the mustache, and you're there. Citus, last time I played WoW, I was a Night Elf Druid. Yeah, that's what I usually play too. Just because I like the idea of being able to do all.
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, that's the most popular combo on Alliance is to play a Night Elf Druid.
It's the only class you can only play.
No,
Druid.
as in like as a combo of race and class, the most popular is Night Elf Druid.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
And I think second to that is Human Paladin.
Yeah, okay.
That was on retail though, so.
Yeah. I think for Classic it might have been Hunter. I think Blizzard actually put out some official stats on the 20th anniversary, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I think it's maybe overall the most popular class was Hunter. But then,
that seems right. I know on retail it still is. Oh, and so I reckon they should add a sponsor glass skin for Druids so you can rep the club.
It's next. That's sort of next generation
pink and brown.
branding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see much of that.
The one thing, and I'm only saying this now because I can see that the boys have all gone out for a dart at the same time, so they're not going to be watching this stream just yet. They're a football club. I'm not 100% sure what type of football they play, because there's soccer shit here. There's AFL stuff and NRL, and every time I ask, they just sort of laugh and slap me on the back.
Yeah, they just say footy.
Yeah, it's just footy.
Yeah.
Which, Gav and I being Tasmanian and from Melbourne, that to us means AFL, but there's a lot of rugby shit around.
Yeah. So,
boxing trophies all over the place.
I think I saw a hacky sack sitting out there. I mean,
yeah. So look,
who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
What we do know is they're definitely not associated with any outlaw motorcycle gangs.
No.
Another death. Rogue human has been slain, level 13.
What did they say? Anything?
Last words. 4 of 6 of my characters have died in Elwyn. I reckon that's 5 out of 6 now. Where did he die?
Lochmodan.
So in Lochmodan. Nah. R.I.P. No ultimate frisbee though. Oh, that's probably what we thought that they put some plates up on there, but I reckon it's probably ultimate frisbee in Citus.
Well, I just thought that was, the Spiros. I thought that was just his influence. The plates.
Spiros. Oh, yeah, sorry. That one took me a few seconds. I also brought out my old mic from when I used to do music day so I can make really nice noises like this. Peek everyone's microphone. Alright. Oh, have you already finished this?
Oh, have you not finished it?
No, I still need to get some shrooms.
Alright, let's get back out there.
I'll tell you this, Gav, but also people watching, I won't be able to play next week because it's my birthday and I'm going to be out doing stuff. I could probably play, but I won't be on until like midnight or afterwards. But yeah, so not telling anyone in the chat that they have to write happy birthday today, but like, you know, it's my birthday next Sunday.
Well, you know, don't forget to pop on down to the Fyshwick Footy Club, have a chat to Susan just next weekend. Just a little heads up to you.
Well, if people
just quietly, I think she might have a little something planned for you. Just quietly.
Well, that's why I'm not streaming, because she came up and said, "Don't do anything on next Sunday." I'm like, it's my birthday, Susan. I've got stuff planned. And she's like, "No, you don't," which is weird. She doesn't know. Aside from you, she doesn't know my wife or any of my other friends, so I don't know what she's got planned.
I'll just say, well, you know, there's a reason why the meatloaf special hasn't appeared on the specials for a little while.
Thanks for the happy birthday wishes, everyone. That's really nice. No, it wasn't forced.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
I do also think when Josh is back, we should definitely have another go at Phasmophobia.
Oh man,
It was a lot of fun. Did we say what our friend Andre did last time? I don't think we did we? We've talked about it before.
No.
So, for those listening, this is we were playing Phasmophobia during COVID, and Gav and one of our friends, Andre, really hate horror games. Like Gav more than Andre, but anyway. So we're playing this. The ghost appears and scares Andre. And what we don't know is, like, Andre jumps and screams, but he accidentally kicks out his Ethernet cable when he does it. So from our point of view, a ghost attacks Andre and he literally dies. Like, his screen goes blank, and it created the biggest sense of tension that I've ever felt playing a horror game. Like, there was a genuine moment of laughing at him and being like, "Oh God, what happened?" He came back on about 10 minutes later. It was like, "Yeah, I kicked out all my cables." But man, that was intense. I thought the ghost had somehow gotten through the computer and killed him.
That game, man. Oh.
Classic Gav. I'm just going to check the van. There's nothing in the van, man.
I'll do Lethal Company. I think I need to work back up to Phasmophobia.
Oh, my inventory's full.
Oh no. Have you got all your mushies?
No, I still need 2 more. I'll just ditch some of these pots I don't actually need. Don't need this tooth.
I'm out of range.
I have 4 more venom sacks to grab. Inventory is full. Well, let's fix that. Bloody bag space in the early levels.
Just some non-game admin chat. Are we returning back to role-playing games on Thursday?
Yes. I don't know.
So I can't remember if Lordoc says he was going to be
Yeah.
back from the UK.
I think he is gonna attempt a online session from the UK.
Oh yeah, so we'll do an online session.
Yeah.
Alright. I much prefer the IRL ones,
Yeah.
especially when I'm running them, but I don't know who's running this one. Yeah, I've got all the sacks I need. Just need 2 shroomies.
Sack.
Sack. Just gonna ditch stuff.
One. 3. Oh wait, how many? Oh, I got 5 more to get. Sorry. Oh, there's a chest up there. Probably filled with apples. Hooray. Oh,
Received level
Sneed's
24.
Shredder.
No last words.
Yeah. Hang on, that was a level 24. Died in the Dead Mines.
Where are the dead mines?
That is in Westfall, and 24 is a really high level for the Dead Mines, so their group must have just absolutely butchered that run. Oh, there's another one in there. I need 2 more, and then we're done with this one. So what are you saying? We continue on with hardcore.
Yeah.
What do we do next? What do we do from here? Continue going on these guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like, the little dirty secret, I do actually prefer playing Alliance, and I do like playing as a Night Elf.
True. And there we go, I'm done. Because I think, we could, say, try and get our characters to a point where they're sort of in the second zone.
Yeah,
So,
'cause, like, we haven't pipped 10 yet.
yeah,
Of our characters on these streams.
yeah. Maybe independently level them up to, say, 10 or something, so we can at least get a glimpse of the world beyond the starting zones.
Alright. Alright, I'll try and do that. Get my character up to level 10.
Yeah.
And where do we want to be, as in, where should we meet? Because I do know a sneaky way of getting my Night Elf to the Eastern Kingdoms. It just takes forever.
Yeah.
Because do you want to do a paladin? Oh, someone died.
I have started a paladin. He's only level 2. Oh, have you got all your mushrooms?
I just need one more. Looking for him.
I think these guys also drop them.
how about that? Next stream, which will be in the fortnight, level 10. Where should we meet? I'm happy to like get my guy across to Westfall.
Yeah.
Oh, level 11 mage. So the last words of this paladin were
Thank
pull.
you, adventurer. When I return to Darnassus, I will compare the venom within these sacks with the venom of other
Dagger.
spiders.
Alright.
It is my belief that it
I'm
will
gonna
have
sell all this
properties
stuff.
linked
Yeah,
to the
I'm gonna
recent growth of our
sell
new
this.
world tree. Now that I have the spider...
Well, yeah, because I'll wrap up at 10 o'clock if that's alright, because I've got
Yeah.
work tomorrow like a cool guy.
Of course.
But yeah, next session, level 10 alliance on Westfall for anyone that wants to join in.
What brings you here?
Keen.
Alright.
Well, there's actually, you know, there's actually, so
In peace.
there's a couple quests in Loch Modan that are good at level 10. And they
I'm
sort
an
of,
idiot. I just sold a webwood egg.
Oh, is that-
I'll get it back.
oh, so did I. Oh, no, can you go to your buyback?
My goods are of the highest quality.
How'd you
Ah,
buy back?
no,
Buy back.
I sold mine too.
Or did we not? We just probably didn't have it, did we?
I think we did.
Oh, that was a new quest we picked up. Sorry, ignore me.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. Was it?
Yeah, when we handed back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I know where that quest is. Alright.
Yep.
All good.
How may I help? Thank Alun that you have gathered these ingredients so quickly.
Will you go
In
paladin
just a moment,
again?
I will
Yeah,
have the
probably.
antidote prepared.
I do love the paladin.
Ready, adventurer. Please see that Ivern drinks it.
Oh, now I've got the
There is
time. I've got to
something
run
that
to
you
get this
should
guy
know,
back.
the antidote. It
Oh,
will
I'm gonna hand in
only
this
remain
quest
viable
first.
for 5 minutes.
5
You must
minutes.
get it to
That'd
me
be
in
fine.
time. Speed be with you, adventurer.
Greetings. You have proven your dedication
Oh, no,
to nature
that
well,
one.
adventurer. A young adventurer like yourself has a promising future.
Alright. Let's get back to him. You know, I think we complete these quests and then it takes us to that, like, first village. That might be a good spot to call it, you reckon?
Yeah. So go get the Westwood egg.
Yeah, which is just in the cave up here. And then grab that, and then we can just use the hearthstone to go back to the village.
Yep. Excuse me.
Alun be with you. What is this adventure? Oh, I knew Durania would be able to help me. I'm always getting into trouble, and Durania, well, she always manages to help
Alright.
me out of it.
At that. Now where are we going? Oh, I
Oh.
found the fight again.
I just did 6 flips in a row.
Alright, I'm gonna say. What should I say to this guy in the guild?
It's too far away.
Hi, stop inviting me to this guild. My dad works for Blizzard
Yep.
and will ban.
My dad is Bobby Kotick, and
I'm out of range. I can't do that yet.
Oh no, they're all being nice. I don't want to quit. Oh, it's the quickest way to disarm me is to make me feel guilty about bullying. My dad's Blizzard, you'll get banned. I should have said that. It's, I don't know if this isn't Achilles' heel or an actual, I don't know, good thing about me. But as soon as I can hate a group of people doing stuff. Like I'll watch a bunch of people like chatting about cricket or something, and I'll be like, oh, it's so lame, I hate cricket. And I'm like, well, we're not hurting anyone, we're having fun. I'm like, yeah, well, good point. And I'm sorry that I said those things. Just immediately disarms me when you point out that you're having fun and not hurting anyone.
You could say that they don't like cricket.
No, they love it.
It's too far away.
Lordoc, who's online, loves cricket. And while I don't like cricket, I love hearing the stories of him trying to watch cricket whenever he goes to visit his parents' place.
Do you reckon
This
there's...
is actually cool. I'm just really loving nailing these guys.
Yeah. And there we go. Let's get the eggs. Got some eggs.
Oh, you stole that one so I couldn't get him. Oh, hello, Chutney. Cats can say hi.
I'm gonna...
I'll hearth them back.
Yeah, save some time. Susan said that, you know, while we won't be streaming next week, they are running the weekly raffle. So yeah, feel free to get your tickets in for that one. I think they're doing a meatball again.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing that they like to do here. Other places do, like, obviously the meat platter.
Yep.
They like to do the big salad bowl full of meat. They have stressed, though, that they are now making sure that they have receipts for the meat when they hand over the meat bowl. We won't go into it, but yeah, just so that you can at least get the meat bowl and be sure of where the meat has come from this time. Where'd you just go? Oh, you're down there.
Yeah.
So if you do want to donate meat to the meat bowl, again, you have to provide a receipt, and the receipt, like Susan has stressed to everyone here, so no shaming anyone, has to be a printed document. It can't be handwritten, and the receipt can't be a picture of you getting the meat from something like, say, for example, and again, not pointing fingers, like, but from a picture of you killing something and then cutting it up, like that doesn't count as a receipt. It needs to be from somewhere that's a certified butcher or a supermarket or something like that.
It is time for you to set out to seek your destiny, adventurer.
Yeah, not to shit on the meatball, but just to say that they're really good now.
There is much you must learn about
It's
recent history.
the best meatball I've had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's kind of fun. It's almost, because it's not stacked like a normal meat tray. It's almost like a lucky dip. I like to think of it.
Yeah.
You just reach in and go, oh, what is it? What is a selfie and a fresh hunt? And what if it's a selfie and a fresh hunt and a receipt?
Say you've gone into like the national park,
Yeah.
you've gotten paid
Yeah.
your ticket to get into the park or something, got your receipt there. I'd say that's
Yeah, I think that's
that's fine.
fine.
You
Are
haven't
you
just
up
gone
the top
into.
of the
I've jumped down, and
I can never find you.
so I was right up the top because there was a quest, and you've got to fill a crystal phial. I forgot about this one. So just running over to the pond over here, filling it up, and then go back up the top, and then we're done.
All right, I'm going to come do that too.
Yeah.
Did I grab that? Tyrion's. Is that the?
The Tenarian summons up the top. He's
Yeah,
right up the top.
Not going to risk it though. Susan drives a hard bargain. Yeah, look. Susan, like we always like to say, Susan has a heart of steel and hips of titanium. Yeah. She does good by you. Don't mess with her.
Yeah.
But she'll do good by you.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
she can call on the boys from the Galars like that.
Yeah.
It's if you didn't know any better, you'd think it was some sort of like, I don't know, Pavlovian response to a threat against Susan. Is just how quickly everyone stands up. It's really intimidating. Like, yeah, she has those boys trained well. She's not even the coach; she just runs the club.
I've seen Susan drag a few undesirables out of that front bar, by the scruff of their neck, essentially.
Yeah.
And they don't fight back because they know.
Around.
But if you get on a good side, like cigarettes aren't cheap these days, but she's always happy to sort of give you one of her holiday 40s. If you don't mind menthols.
Gav, what the fuck do I do here? I'm just
Oh,
standing in the pond.
You gotta right click the little vial, fill it up.
Right click the vial.
Have you got the crystal phial in your inventory?
Did I not pick up a quest?
No, there's a guy at the top. If you look right up, see right up at the top of the tree? He's up there.
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk with you to the new village.
Yeah.
And sneakily, in between the next stream, I'll just do all this. Everyone pretend I just filled up that vial. This is the trouble with streaming and trying to be entertaining at the same time. You're either good at the game or you're a good host. You can't ever be both. It's like me at work. Like, my work record, shit, absolutely atrocious. Gav's worked for me before. There's complaints galore. But the one complaint that I never get is, oh, he's not fun to work with. Never get that. I'm a laugh. Like, people are quite sad when I get escorted out of the workplace. Even the guards are the ones that are usually the most upset.
Yeah.
I'm saying, Gav, we can just go straight to the village. I'll do this on my own.
Yeah, I've got to hand it in as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
But then I'm gonna do something that'll something exciting, I think, to end the stream. Something a bit risky.
Oh, and for people who are watching on my stream, the music you heard all at the start, that was all done by me. The first track, that sort of light jazzy bossa nova track, that was called Bloodborne Orgy. And the sort of the chill funk, sort of city pop one was called Cunt Parade. So I'm going to chuck those up on Spotify.
So you have heard the first part.
Not Spotify, SoundCloud.
Yeah, nice.
There is much more to be
Now I've got
told,
the
and
fucking
task
vial.
you have begun while there is.
All right, go to Delana. You ready?
Oh, no, I know what you're going to do. No. I can see you, kind of. There it goes.
I'm good. It's good. It's fine.
Did you survive that?
Yeah.
There you go.
I went.
All right, hang on. I think to finish this off, I'm going to see if I can survive this. All right, so you jump that one?
Yeah.
Jump this one?
Yep.
I can't go off any higher.
You got to go off to the side of that one, I think.
Oh, up to the side?
Yeah.
All right. Oh. heart pounding. Hell, man.
I kind of
SoundCloud and Gavin Ross from yeah. I don't think I'm getting any profits from SoundCloud. From fuck, that scared the shit out of me.
I kind of want to do some like extreme jumping in World of Warcraft. Just make level 1 characters and then just travel the world and just see like what height you can jump off to land with the least amount of hit points.
Can you offer me aid? I have a
One thing I do want to talk about was I was in the
but I still have
hardcore, WoW hardcore subreddit.
Yeah.
Can you deliver this package
And
for me?
I was just looking through some of the funniest characters. There was one guy called El Punchy, who's a dwarven fighter,
Yeah.
who wore no armor,
Yeah.
no weapons. Level 6, he just walked around in the woods punching things. But that's not the funniest part. The funniest part is that El Punchy refused to join any guilds and never says anything. People just talk to him, but he never replies or says anything. He's just this naked dwarf running around punching people in the forest. Absolutely magical. But I think in a similar vein, if you were to make a character who was like called Captain Parkour or something, like it's cool people to watch you jump off stuff, but if your bones were just on the ground and stayed there for a while, like man, that's funny.
I like actually. That's pretty funny. I was looking through the death logs, and that level 24 priest that died in the
Yeah.
dead mines. The last words were "pull bigger."
You'd hate to see it.
Yeah.
Are you heading to the
All right, here we
All
are
right.
in.
If
What's
so,
this
Dolinar.
then I have a task I might
Dolinar.
ask of you.
I make Dolinar my
My
home,
colleague
and then we
Denelin
can log
has
off.
a camp along the eastern end of the lake where he is studying and experimenting on the plant life of Teldrassil. He requested a package of rare earths from Darnassus and was late, only recently arriving.
Oh, there we
from
go.
Dolinar. Can you take the
There we
package
go.
to him?
Yes, the delivery
Just
of
give me a
herbs from
second.
Shadowglen. It is a shame Porthanius could not bring it himself, for we have much to discuss, he and I. But I'm glad to get the
Here we
herbs
go.
nonetheless, and I'm glad you came.
Get this back
While
up
you are
again,
here,
like we
please
did last time.
rest yourself.
Cool.
Heroes must keep
All right,
their strength and spirits high, and must find rest and solace.
Thanks everyone for watching the stream. Again, it was good fun.
Body and mind is a sure path to failure.
That's a bit loud. I put on my backing bossa nova track. This isn't the one I wrote. This is just some royalty-free shit. So, Gav, what did you learn this game?
Well, what did I learn? I learned that maybe keep the anecdotes for when you're not fighting difficult groups of enemies.
Yeah. I learned that if
Distraction
you're
is
level
lethal.
8, don't handle a level 10 and level 11 enemy while you're also distracted by your friend's anecdote. I learned that the Fyshwick Football Club and Bar is a fantastic venue for the whole family. Great staff, a great team in the Galahs, and a great atmosphere that you can really sort of just bask in and feel at home. So with that, I think we'll wrap up the stream now. Yeah, inside this, big shout out to Susan for being a great host. Susan, we love you, doll. Thank you so much for letting us use the Wi-Fi, for giving us the keys as well. That was really nice. And we'll happily take those bags for you and chuck them in the tip and then ask what they were. Because that's the kind of nice guys we are. But we'll be streaming again, not next week, but the week after, if people are interested in joining. And thank you for those who did join and people who are watching the replay. Thank you for making it this far. Gav, any last words?
No, nothing at all. Thanks all for coming. Good luck to the Glass. Their friendly game next weekend against Tuggeranong, I think it was. Tuggeranong Quackers. So good luck to them with that.
Tuggeranong Quackers,
Yep.
the big old fuckers.
Yes. Oh, we'll hear that chant a few times. No doubt.
Yeah, we've heard it a lot tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
And as always, rest in peace, Steve-O. We miss you every day.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
All right. See you, everyone.